Facebook apps start to come back online after widespread outage. Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook Messenger also went down. News by Rachel Lerman. Facebook apps began to slowly recover from a prolonged global outage on Monday evening, though problems still persisted for many users. Facebook and many apps in its suite of social media and chat services went dark for hours. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger were unreachable for many users, who instead saw a spinning wheel on their apps that never loaded. Facebook and Instagram started to load again for some users Monday evening, though some delays continued. The outage is the longest and biggest in recent memory for the tech giant, which boasts billions of users worldwide. While the outage was widely joked about on Twitter, its impact was felt around the world by people and small businesses that rely on the social media site. Facebook support groups for illnesses were down. Group WhatsApp chats connecting family members in different countries were down. And small businesses that depended on Instagram and Facebook to make sales and handle customer service were left in the dark. The company's absence showed just how big its presence has become, and added fire to claims that the company had become critical infrastructure for nearly 3 billion people, but was not yet regulated that way. Facebook's internal communication platform, Workplace, went down altogether for most of the workday, said a person familiar with the matter who spoke on the condition of anonymity because they weren't authorized to speak publicly. And as employees turned to third-party tools such as Slack, many found themselves locked out of even those because Facebook's mechanism for signing onto them was not working, said another person familiar with the matter who spoke under the same conditions. Facebook spokesman Andy Stone tweeted early Monday afternoon that the company was aware of the issues and was working to get things back to normal as quickly as possible, and we apologize for any inconvenience. Reports on Down Detector suggest users across the United States, in Egypt, in Serbia, and many other places were impacted. The issues began at about 11:39 a.m. Eastern Time. Something happened internally at Facebook that messed with their network settings on how Facebook talks to the rest of the world and accesses the internet, said Courtney Nash, senior research analyst at security company Verica. The issue seems to be with Facebook's border gateway protocol routes, or paths that allow routers to exchange information, said Doug Midori, director of internet analysis for Kentic, a network monitoring company. Midori calls them the underpinnings of how the internet operates. Facebook's routes were withdrawn this morning, he said, and now Facebook's apps cannot be found online because those routes contain the addresses of Facebook's domain name system servers. DNS systems translate familiar web addresses, such as facebook.com, into a string of numbers that computers can read. When the servers have issues communicating, it can make websites unreachable. The outage appeared to be global, Midori said, and it's nearly unheard of to have such a large company go down for so long. This is massive, Midori said. It's completely dead. It's also possible the outage was affecting other internet services, Nash said. When the services went down, so many users tried to load the sites that it caused a run on traffic on the internet's DNS infrastructure. The reason these failures are so crazy is because there's so much interconnectedness of the internet we rely on, Nash said. The company hasn't confirmed what caused the outage. Similar outages from other tech companies have been due to internal network configuration changes that caused errors, Midori said. It's unlikely Facebook was affected by an external hack, Nash said. If an internal change caused the issue, it could have been an update that mistakenly caused an error, or even an automated update, Nash said. It's difficult to say without confirmation from Facebook. Was it malicious? I don't know, I can't say, she said. As is typical when one social media site goes down, people flock to another one to vent their issues. Twitter was full of Facebook and Instagram users checking in on other statuses. Oh no. One user tweeted, with the hashtag Instagram down. Others were grateful for the break. No worries, just leave it like that, another user tweeted. Twitter, the company, also got in on the chatter. Hello literally everyone, its official account tweeted. But the fun didn't last for everyone. Twitter support account tweeted in the afternoon that the extra traffic had caused some issues. Sometimes more people than usual use Twitter, the post said. We prepare for these moments, but today things didn't go exactly as planned. Some of you may have had an issue seeing replies in DMs as a result. This has been fixed. Sorry about that. Some of Facebook's leaders also turned to Twitter to share their thoughts. Sincere apologies to everyone impacted by outages of Facebook-powered services right now. We are experiencing networking issues and teams are working as fast as possible to debug and restore as fast as possible, Facebook's Chief Technical Officer Mike Schroepfer posted. On a lighter note, Instagram head Adam Mosseri tweeted that it does feel like a snow day. The outage comes as Facebook faces increased scrutiny following a whistleblower revealed this weekend as former product manager Frances Haugen leaking tens of thousands of pages of documents, which she says show the company has been negligent in eliminating violence and misinformation. The WhatsApp outage was particularly hard for a huge swath of the world that relies on it heavily for messaging, especially in the around 24 nations where the app is the messaging market leader. According to the Global Web Index's 2020 Social Media User Trends Report, 7 countries, including Kenya, Malaysia, and Colombia, have more than 90% of populations aged 16 to 64 as monthly WhatsApp users. In the Middle East region, where both populations and governments rely heavily on Facebook and WhatsApp, the outage means a near-complete communications blackout. Phone calls and text messages are expensive in countries such as Lebanon and Jordan, causing residents to turn to WhatsApp in particular. The app also offers encrypted voice calls, an important feature in a region rife with government surveillance. In some countries, including Lebanon, political and public announcements are made almost exclusively via Facebook. Several international newspapers from South Asia to South America were running news of the shutdown as the top story. El Tiempo news outlet in Colombia quickly published a listing alternatives to WhatsApp, including Telegram. In the United Kingdom, digital news outlet The Independent is running a live update file on the social shutdown. India has around 400 million WhatsApp users, and the service plays a heavy role during elections. The World Health Organization capitalized on the moment to push forward more pandemic public health messaging. Sammy Westphal, Sarah Dodouch, Willa Ramus, Elizabeth Dwoskin, and Heather Kelly contributed to this report.